I am Mushtaq Barq with the latest short story, Silver Side of Sheen. Just after a few threads of serenity rebuked, well written ordain of my ego, I let the bubble of fury burst. The bang like my quiet wreck, bashed likewise. No one was troubled, save my spirit. What made me walk leisurely up to this majestic mirror, columned opposite my desk? Something happens and just happens. I let my mind read what is reflecting on the sheen of shame. I never found myself in it. The real me. Shame on me, for this lustrous luxury has been in my room since my first cry. Yet my actual looks stay mystified. It only humiliates, and I am always the same old frame, wrapped in a carpet of skin, hiding my shame and sins. Beneath my bones, many pomegranate streams run day and night tirelessly, giving my appearance a glow. I am satisfied mankind and licensed to be sulky. The mirror is breastfeeding all my babies. I have too many babies, and I am heavy with child, not once in a year, but thrice a minute. My issues are countless in the sea of a countable wave. Few living with me like my pulse, a few lying down like my dreams, the few dancing like my demands, never-ending demands. Most often my preferred kids sleep in my frayed lap like lingering dust of this majestic mirror. The dust is precious, very valued. Dust is my origin, dust is my destiny. These chosen kids shall grow in the dust, and I let them settle. Why should my kids be a casualty of bad parenting? But anyway, a harsh parent knows his role, let others bark. How long shall you write my history? I thought. I write history, not his story, the mirror responded. Whose voice? I muttered. A sipple of shiver branched over my mountain-like physique. I failed to recognize my own tone of voice. Shame on you, the mirror affronted. My hands, like my naughty kids, ruined the cold coffin of delayed dust from its glossy body. By this means violated the slim lines of existence. Lines are sharp and spiky. These latitudes of loyalty penetrate deep down the folds and put down impressions hard to heal. The echo is horrible. What is taking me in hand? There was something like me enveloped in the silhouette over the freshly bared, genteel facade of fortune, writing my history, but not his story. I tried to read between the lines, but most of the lines were either missing or grown fainter. Come close and be on familiar terms with me, the shadow suggested. All my kids in one voice reverberated. Negligence knows no rule. Do I really neglect my kids? My concealed voice asked. Words are words, sharp blades with vagrant edges. At times, without seeking permission, surpass the lobes of inner heart and perforate it beyond surgeon's thread and needle. But beneath these razor edges, something hidden soothes. The face in the mirror made all ill faces. A cussed impression squeezed life out of my wits. I am facing my own face, my own person, but in the majestic mirror which hides nothing, nothing, surely nothing, spares nothing, and displays the whole lot irrespective of responses and reactions. Why on earth one fosters a kid? Why can't a man think of singularity when all other forms are composed in the hearth of plurality? Has a man ever on earth killed his own kids? His own limbs? His own locomotives? Yes, surely men are men, heroes that act upon all odds. The furry, they bury their lovable lads deep into the belly of Mother Earth and never employ a stone crusher to raise a tombstone on the graves which they dig with pride. Some graves look stunning, some horrible, some provide a couch to saints, some a booty to worms. My hands again, like my badly behaved kids, allowed the fingers to ruin the forts of dust. My previous empire before my eyes kissed the thin air and vanished like my own doubts. These careless fingers marched chaotically. Chaos encourages order. My old face smiled at me. Suddenly, I looked a bit smarter. Smile was heart-throbbing, enough reach to pull the diaphragm out of the brittle prison guarded by sensations. With the emergence of my countenance, my kids involuntarily dived into the mirror and lodged into me a vital illness. A funeral one is swollen with pride to witness. The sheen of the mirror changed its pitch. It was humble, no more hostile. I am you, you yourself, and I shall reveal you the real you. All through your life you have endured to ruminate around me in books and brooks, but in no way in this majestic mirror. You have sensed a lively writer. Myself in the mirror narrated. A hazy toddler's face replaced what all was screened on the sheet of glass. I am your past. The wall clock barked heavily. Its limbs are freely moving. The movement is out of ordinary, breaking all the laws of the book. Backward movement, anti-clockwise sack race, an unbelievable occurrence. With its limbs moving oddly, my room gradually lost its glory. Books from the shelves, clothes from the wardrobes, frames from the walls, and above all, pictures in these frames put on display what I had ignored in the past. Past is horrible. It exposes a face hiding behind the wrinkles. The choice one regrets in the future. A scratch that turns into an eternal lesion, wasting the rest of the calendar. My failures, my half-attempted virtues, and some doubts, double standards, along with disregards, forced my neck to obey the X. But my honest verses, a delightful moment one would wish to live for, all preserved for generations next. For at least my poetry turned into a sheet of paper. Appeared fresh and fair. It moved me a lot. The calendar on the desk before my eyes turned into a sheet, a white sheet, virgin, unadorned, popping up just one date, yes, only one date, encircling my first cry. And behind that date, there was another date I failed to read, perhaps the date of my death, my future, my end. Wow, wow.